Hey everybody. I had a couple of things on my mind that I wanted to discuss, but not really sure how to initiate this opinionated conversation that I'm about to have with myself and share with others. But how can I put this? We have to be mindful. How do I put this? It's not even about being mindful. I'm not sure if it's about being mindful. I'm gonna just speak from a personal point of view, right? That for those of you, for us, that have or are going through difficult, dark times in our life right now or of the past. One thing that I had to realize when I was going through like probably one of the darkest moments of my life that I experienced was pretty much just like existing or barely, lack thereof. And what I mean by that is I was just like kind of going through the motions of life, of us being here, but not really being here, like mentally, being here physically, but not mentally. So I say that to say this, like, some people's lows are lower than yours have ever can imagine to be, right? We're not all the same. We don't all go through similar things, but a lot of us don't talk about what we do go through. And I think that's another huge problem, of not being able to not only relate, but be understood by others of what we're going through mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, right? So not having that familiar, not even to say familiarity, I don't even know the word for it, but when you feel like you're going through something alone, it makes it 10 times worse. When you feel like no one's understanding what you're going through, it makes it 20 times worse, right? So this is the mindful aspect that I was trying to speak of, or trying to say, is basically that I had to acknowledge and be mindful of there, like, I'm not gonna say this, it's harsh to say this, but I gotta say it. There's different forms of suicide, right? So this is what I mean by that, right? You don't have to announce it. You don't have to do the normal, not even, that sounds crazy, not normal way of thinking of what most people's minds will go, like, oh, suicide, like, how do they do it or whatever, right? We have to understand that some people are living suicidally, if that's even a thing, right? And being aware and mindful of that is just like, this is a dark conversation that I'm having right now, and I'm not sure if a lot of people could grasp it. Sorry, I'm driving, that's why I'm not looking. But you could be alive and not alive at all, or not wanting to be, right? So by our daily actions or our way of life, our lifestyles, to be screaming that we don't want to be here no more, right? And who is it up to? Is it up to us? Is it up to other people to realize it, to see it? Like, whose job is it, right? And even if you see it, it's like, what does one do about it? How do we get better, right? So those are kind of the conversations that I would like to start more of, and finding the root cause, right? The root cause. Let's call it Ishikawa, right? For my insiders of project management. But anyway, what is the root cause, right? And if we're not being mindful or paying attention to that, then the cycle is going to continue. Cycle of unhappiness, cycle of unworthiness, cycle of depression, cycle of alcoholism, cycle of drug abuse, addiction, abuse, period, anything that's of the negative, right? It will, what would stop it from continuing, right? We want impatient, right? I wanted certain people to care. So what do you do if they don't? What do you do if you don't get what you need from other people? Do you lay down and die? Do you ask God for help? Do you take it upon yourself to do extreme things to get attention? Like what's the next point, right? And I just want people to be mindful of, just because you see, even when you do see certain patterns in certain people, that doesn't necessarily mean it's them. They could just be going through a cycle of unhappiness, right? A cycle of confusion. And prayer does work. Prayer is very powerful, and so is belief, right? So if you believe that something or someone is never going to change, that will be your outcome, or can possibly be your outcome. If you believe that they can change, and that and believe in the hope of things changing and the power of God, right, then anything is possible. But if you stay close-minded on things that are, oh, that's just how it is, that's how it's always been, and attach this personality or this trait to this person or this individual that's not even really like that, right? That's a real hard, that's a disservice to the person and to who we are and was created to be as human beings, right? So we can't give up on ourselves, and we cannot give up on each other, because there is another side, multiple sides of the other side. So let's decide today, what do we really want? You understand what I'm saying? I was there, trust me. And by the grace of God, I was able to be like, just inquisitive, like, or just wondering, like, what would happen if I don't do X, Y, Z? What would happen if I did try this other thing? Like, because, like, letting go is the easy part, right? Letting go is the easy part of things. But it's not. That's the only thing that I probably regret, is letting go and, so to speak, just going with the flow or giving other people the reins of your life. Just like, yeah, feeling real meh about life. You will miss so much time and opportunity, right? But I'm grateful in that, though. How you be like grateful within the regret? That, because it molded me as a person, and without me going through these things, I would not know how to even deal or manage the person that I am today, or what I went through. That overcoming mechanism of it all is just like peace, literally peace. So I just wanted to keep everybody's hopes up, you know what I mean, and let everyone know that God has the ultimate say so, right? And I also heard, I can't really source it right now, but feelings are fleeting, bro. And I used to, me personally, try to drink my emotions away. It was just like terrible. And guess what? It never really worked. It never worked. Like, talk about a cycle, right? And I got to a certain point, especially age-wise, where I couldn't blame anybody else. You know, you would like to point fingers and feel some type of way and stay mad at certain people, but like, why? Is that gonna help you now? Is that gonna help you in the future? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm rambling, and I'm not even sure if that came together the way that I would have preferred it to. But yeah, man, keep hope alive. And my best advice that I could give anybody is, when in doubt, you pray it out. You gotta talk to your creator. He made you. You think he made you to be going through this? That's not the God that I serve. So we gotta check ourselves and see who we serving. who and what are we giving most of our time to? It could be anything or anyone. But the most beneficial person for us all to spend our time with is God. Like, he made you. Like, the only thing I don't like to sound like I'm preaching. It's just like trying. Everybody else is trying everything else, so why not? You trying everything. We trying everything else. Why not? You know what I mean? And sometimes, even when we don't have the strength to, you know what I mean? There's others that are still praying for you. So thank God for loving, caring friends, people. And people even you just meet off the street, you'll be surprised. People you don't even have to really know them, and they be in your corner supporting you. So just keep hope and prayer alive, literally. Like, I don't want to sound so cliche, but those be the best ones and the truest ones. So that's it. It's a beautiful day. Soak in some new fresh air and take a chance on you. That's the bottom line. Take a chance on you, man. And yeah, watch the rest go as it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But peace and love, and yeah, man. Dust off your Bibles, because I know most of us got one. You know, blow the dust off it. Get you a nice little white. Randomly open it. I bet you it's gonna be for you, and on time, as always. That's how my God works. Anyway, peace and love. Later.